Good morning. Welcome to Market Day Report. As we begin to approach mid-morning, we did see some strength in overnight trade, and some of that could be tied back to a USDA report of an overnight sale to potentially China. Unknown destinations for soybeans usually means China. So the soybean market is moving a bit higher, but what about corn? Let's start there. It's not higher. The December new crop, 409 3/4, down 3.5, and we're trading within a penny and a half of the day's low. Now, soybeans really got off to a rocket start and have been giving those back ever since. So November now at 10.05.5. It's 3/4 of a penny lower, half a penny lower on most of the other contracts. It's wheat with double-digit losses. Chicago, December, down 18, 576 3/4. July off 16, 611. And for hard red winter, December 18.5 lower, 581.5. July 604 1/4. It's down 19 1/4 at the bottom of that trading range. And in Minneapolis, 619 on the December. It's off 16.5. Cotton market, however, able to punch above 72 cents and now continuing to build. 72.40 on the December, up 258. Really the first real strength we've started to see in the cotton market in the past 6 weeks. What about strength out in a cornfield? Ben Hushon is in Whitehall, Maryland, with the mill. Okay, Ben, looking at corn, what's happening?
Good morning, Tony. Well, the moisture in a field like this is down, starting to get to where the combines are going to think about moving. We started to see in our community corn harvest about 5, 7, 8 days ago. Some folks got started on it. Much of that corn had run out of water. Tony, just thinking back, the month of June, I told you we had half as much rain as typical. July, same story. August was the same story again. So a lot of the corn ran out of water and dried down premature. This particular field behind me hasn't, it certainly has had moisture issues, but is still in that 25, 28%. So most farmers in our community don't normally get in a cornfield and get started till it's 20% moisture or less, because again, it costs money. And you just shared where grain prices are, cost money to dry corn down. But typical of what we're seeing everywhere is, of course, this is the goal, a good looking ear, a field full of ears like that. But what is more typical this year are ears like this that had trouble pollinating, are about half as long as normal. And then we had our friend about 3, 4 weeks ago, a southern storm that brought moisture up, and we have lots of tar spot, black specks all over the leaves in our area, which are also shutting down this corn that maybe was going to put a little more top-end yield, but it is shutting cornfields down all over our community now.
Ben, you hit on a perfect point there. It's one thing to look at what our production will be as far as bushels, but it's a whole nother thing to look at the quality of that crop. Ben, thanks for coming by. We always appreciate your work out in the field. Ben Hushon with the mill. All right, we're back in just a moment. Let's look at livestock futures and the Titanic. It's all coming up. Market Day Report continues in a moment.